Oh, okay. Hi guys. Yeah, so I have some time to continue working on the new character model and stuff. And just yesterday I had a lot of back and forth between the rigs, because I thought about using the Rigify rig, like the very complex rig with all the IK settings. And I tried a bit around and, you know, tried a few things, but I decided against it and created a very simplistic, minimalistic rig. Very much in the mindset of, you know, 90s minimalism with limitations and stuff. Even though I decided for hands on this character model, I needed hands because I wanna like get more used to animating low poly hands. Anyway, and also just a few minutes ago I asked about like the pixelation, if I should like go with the pixelation or decide against it, because this is like more a PS1 vibe with the crisp pixels, and like linear. This blurriness is more like N64 style, but I noticed like I have here some stretching areas here on the neck, for example, and you see the pixels stretch and stuff. And also I think especially for skin and stuff, the linear option, the less crisp pixels, the blurriness and stuff, looks just like it makes more sense. It looks more organic and stuff. Let's just switch. Emission. So like that. Wait, let's render it out. Yeah, more like that. I think it's also more ominous, you know, like more creepy and stuff, to head in that direction. And I had now for a very long time just the crisp pixels. So Combo. Hey, what's up? And yeah, so I think it's maybe a good time to switch to more like this blurry N64 stuff. I really like the dreamy, like washed out vibe of it. So, and also wait, I made, there was a commission once upon a time, and I think it's already, wait, where is it? Yeah, so I made this, and I was inspired by like Street Fighter models and stuff for this character. The shoes took me forever to paint. I hate fucking hand painting and shit. But yeah, also there's a disalignment in the like UVs and stuff, but it adds up to the overall vibe of him. He's a music producer from Germany. Ray Fox, hey, what's up? Why your blender looks different to the start blender? Yes, I took the time just a few days ago to switch my overlays, my themes around, because I see a lot of, I mean, I really like the vibe of like just screen grabbing or making screenshots straight out of the viewport, because it saves time and it's still like aesthetic AF. So I had to change some stuff around, but it's pretty easy to find like themes online, like pre-made one on the Blender Market or something like that. And Kappa, yo, what's up? Yeah, Tekken. So this character was inspired by Tekken. and like the disalignment of the UVs and stuff, and also the blurriness, and the rest is a bit more crisp. So like there's some kind of what's the word, like contrast, yeah, like the blurriness and then the sharp edges, so it makes him more pop and stuff. So I guess I will now change also to the more like blurry textures. Anyway, my goal for now is, because later on my relatives are visiting Vienna, because they are going to the Formula One museum or something like that. For some reason, a lot of girls lately are super into Formula One. A coworker of mine also, and my sister, and I really don't get it. Fast cars go broom broom. That's it, I guess. Yeah. Diaz. Yeah. Thank you. The hands have been a pretty like, wait, I have here like, they are very like minimalistic. I really tried to figure out like geometry for like, I want hands, I want all the fingers, and I want them to be to stretch in the right positions for animation stuff. But also I want to have the most like minimal geometry and stuff. And so a lot of work went into those hands. Wait. A lot of work. But yeah, here's the wireframe of him. Just if someone is interested. Currently I have the Hawaii shirt is a separated like mesh, but after I like go with a fixed character model for a certain project or something like that, I can like delete all the unneeded faces and stuff. Anyway, hello, do you sometimes... Wait, oh god, I can't read the chat. Can I like this? Hello, do you sometimes hand paint or do you always use photos? I hand paint and it looks okay, I guess. It's really a weird mixture. I figured out like my strongest. I'm the strongest with like photo bashing, so combining pictures and stuff, and texture painting. For example, the head is baked on, so I actually 3D sculpted like the horns and changed the like head, and then I baked it onto the low poly model of the head. So I ended up with something very like nice looking and stuff, and it's also very complementary with the photo bashing stuff. But yeah, for painting I can show you something. Wait, let me just, because I'm currently trying to figure out how to do like nice shaded anime style characters, and it's a lot of work, but here's for example and so it's very minimalistic, the hand painted stuff. The figuring out the hand was a lot. I studied a lot of like Mega Man Legends characters and how the textures are laid out. And wait, let me This one. Yeah, and with the second one, I already like became a bit like better. I did more researched anime characters, and also some stuff got more minimalistic, like here the gradient colors. I really want to get into that stuff at some point. I mean, after I figured out how to do it consistently. And yeah, that's basically my hand painted stuff. Yeah, hand painting is super hard, and it's basically like a secondary skill. So I said it many times before, but if you are like good at painting, it doesn't mean necessarily you're good at 3D stuff, because our brains are like wired to one way of thinking. So it's very likely that when you're very bad at drawing, that you like probably are very good at like 3D stuff, sculpting and so on, or reverse. For example, my girlfriend, she doesn't like do anything in 3D, and she can't imagine stuff in 3D, but she's super solid with painting and such. Wait, I can maybe have something from her work here. Not really, I guess. Anyway, but I mean, I in the last video I showed also a few things of like how I paint. I mean, it's super cringy. But I really like texture, and I always have to pre-construct like some kind of shape, like I do with 3D. And yeah, I was super huge into crypts and like stuff like that, and creating monsters. But I think that's, I don't know, over 5 years ago. And yeah, and textures and colors was always like a huge thing for me. And I also had to, I mean, you really can see that I'm into low poly stuff, because everything I do is somehow super like with edges. I can't do round things. And is there anything left? Yeah. At some point I was like, oh, I want to try and figure out how to do like children's book illustration and stuff. So I think I have ADHD. I don't know. It's I have a lot of like skills, and then I do something else, and interests. I don't know, man. I can't find the stuff from my girlfriend on the PC right now. Yeah, I bought a graphic tablet too. How to learn how to paint sci-fi characters, but I really struggled. Yeah, that's the thing. If you're like good at 3D, your brain is wired towards like 3D, and like the reverse. So you have to learn always the opposite. So it will be hard to learn 3D if you're good at 2D, and like reverse. So it's really like a back and forth. You're good in one of both, but the other one will be always a struggle. Yeah. I also like the things I just showed you, like the textures, the anime textures. I painted them by mouse, and I said to myself, like, I have to learn, like, for those anime low poly characters, I need to learn and figure out how to do it per mouse, because I mean, I also like, I want to come from a position towards people with like the most minimalistic setup, so like freeware and no graphic tablets. So because it will always be a bit easier to like head into a direction with a graphic tablet. But yeah, painting is its own thing. What happened to the fish scales tutorial? Really was good. Yeah, So basically before I like gave up on all the social media, like I want to be a full-time influencer stuff, I was in like meetings with a lot of like people for brand stuff and shit like that, and they recommended me to like sort out non-representable videos, and the fish scale one was one of them, because the performance was pretty like not that good, and also like I didn't like the like everything around it, and they recommended me to get rid of it because it will like influence my statistics and stuff. Gumbo, I started with Blender, then it was too time consuming for me besides school, and I switched to 2D Photoshop. Yeah, now I'm back to Blender. Yeah. Same for me. I painted like a shit ton of stuff back then, like with all that stuff, and that stuff I wanted to paint stuff for like Dungeons and Dragons campaigns and more like that fantasy kind of stuff, but I always like wanted to get into Maya and ZBrush because it's industry standard. But the shit is like, it took me quite a while to realize, just because something is industry standard, just because everyone like owns an iPhone and uses ZBrush and with a MacBook and stuff like that, it doesn't mean it's the way to go. And I really gave up on like Unity, Maya and ZBrush, and I just like, I couldn't afford it, of course, and yeah, and I never wanted, like, I never imagined I would like get back into 3D, but then I like got into Blender, and it made like totally sense after quite a while of doing a shit ton of tutorials. Does it harm your channel if it's unlisted but still accessible? So I mean, if you private the video or delete it, it's like out of your statistics. If you unlist it, there is no like downside to revenue and monetization, but it still influences your statistics like views, dislikes, likes, and so on. So it's like private, unlisted, and public, and like, yeah, it's like that. All the statistics stuff is super like annoying. But yeah, I mean, I was pretty close of getting a like sponsoring ship thing with an energy drink company, like one of those. It was not G Fuel, but it was like the European version of G Fuel, and they had a lot of like really amazing tips for me, and I really would like love to continue that partnership because I really needed that money. But yeah, I mean, it didn't work out. They wanted me to like switch to German and only do German stuff, and also like I should get rid of the character and do more on-camera stuff. I should like approach a more youthful clothing style, and like they totally like they have been ready to like change everything just for a bit of money, and yeah. Anyway, I mean, wait, I'm not sure what I actually did with the video. Let me just check it out. So we have the, yeah, I have the private stuff, exclusive stuff, and yeah, Blender tutorials. No, I don't want to watch an ad. Wait. I have a lot of unlisted videos in here. So is that there's the texture painting fish. It's also like the video is not that good. It made some very like negative influence of my channel, even though the views are like good. But yeah, I didn't like. Wait, let me check. I can bring it back if you want. Let me just jump into the studio. Content, videos. Also, one of the most like annoying parts is a lot of people don't get that I'm like made some videos 1,000 years ago or something like that, and they still like act like it's a week ago. And yeah, anyway, playlist, Blender Retro tutorials. Okay, so now it should be back. Yeah, here. I just brought it back. It's on the end of the Blender playlist. Just for you, my dude. Have fun with it. Gumbo, I started with Blender, then it was too time consuming. Yeah, I already read that. Yeah, it's super like funny. There's so many like time consuming bullshit, and you really have to narrow down. The last few weeks I also recorded like 3 videos. It was 3 videos for the second channel, and it's like stuff with me in the front of the camera. And I showed it to a few friends, and they all said, "Don't do it. Don't do a face reveal on the second channel, and just keep your ugly face hidden." And I think it was more the fact that, I mean, I do a lot of content for retro late 90s, early 2000s, so I think you can imagine that I'm like older. I don't know. And they had concerns that like, oh, you have a very young audience, don't fucking show your wrinkles and you won't be relevant and relatable anymore. And I'm like, what the fuck? Okay, I mean, I'm like just in the end of my 20s, like I'm turning 30 like next year, and I think I look like that. And yeah, so I don't know if the second channel will like, in what direction I will head with this shit. Anyway, Spitfire 200. Does it harm your channel? No. I see it. Ha! Yeah. There you go. I mean, I think that's that's the one anyway. But I don't want to harm your channel. No, it's... So both fish videos are now in the playlist. Yeah, the theme is... Hey, Razak, hi. Works of Deep, hi. Hi, what's up? And yeah, the theming is cool. The theming is pretty cool. I have... Wait, let me show you. Preference, themes. It's called Red Hot. It's this one, and I also really like the pastel pink one. It's very like Hawaiian stuff. And yeah, basically you download the zip, the file of the thing and click install and just like throw it in. And you will find those themes on the Blender Marketplace, and they are free, so check it out. Anyway, so I have to do my shape keys. Oh, and just let me show the rig. Yeah, so it took me quite a bit to decide against the complicated rigifying rig and go with a super simplistic. So I only have the essentials of bones. And I mean, I went a bit out of the window with the hands because I want more range with the hands and stuff. But here, for example, for the torso, I just have the hip, the spine, the chest, neck, head. That's it. And I couldn't resist with still getting like extra geometry. It's like one plane for the eyes. And I did like here, this bone is reversed. This is looking forward. And if you mirror it, they will like sync up. Super simplistic. And yeah, so I mean, I had way more like range with the rigifying rig, but I don't want to overcomplicate stuff. I really want to like limit myself more, make things more easy and stuff. And stuff doesn't mean need to be always that like complicated. So I mean, anyway. And I really like to like scale stuff. Like that. It looks like Luffy from One Piece, but I mean with the right like perspective, it can look pretty nice. And that's also what I did with the thumbnail of the new character model. Let me pull it up. So I played a lot around with like scaling and the camera perspective and stuff like that. So this original proportions, also the head is like scaled up just to get this very like 90s mascot-y vibe, over accentuated, over stylized. And I still want to try how to like this will feel in animation, but I haven't like been there. Anyway, so I really need to make my shape keys. Rasek, you don't have IK on it? No, not now. I still like haven't gotten to the point, but I really want to keep it super minimalistic, like IK for the legs and like for the arm, and basically call it a day. I really want to limit myself, and because when I limit myself, it will be very visible in the animations and stuff, and I want to simplify stuff. I don't want the overcomplicated rigifying rig. I really want to keep it simple and crappy, because that's my thing. The nice looking part, the nice looking stuff, that's more like, and the complicated rigs, that's for other people. I want to do the simple, limited, minimalistic stuff. So I will put the IK on it like when I start animating. But now I want to create my blend shapes. So let's pull up a second window. And something like here. And also for the blend shapes, I was thinking about making like all the 54 blend shapes for face tracking for the iPhone and like other face capturing softwares and stuff. But that would like recommend me to it would be necessary to use Unreal Engine on top of Blender and use the iPhone for motion capture. And I really want to like dumb down my workflow and simplify everything. And because I guess then everything will make way more fun again if everything is simpler and more limited. So for the shape keys, very important. I did that wrong way too many times. If you have a head and you have the mirror modifier on and you export the FBX and apply modifiers, it will delete all of your shape keys. So I have here separated mesh just for the head. But if you have one mesh for the whole character, it's important to like apply the mirror modifier and all the other modifiers before. And then you can export it. I mean, don't apply the armature modifier, of course, but I mean, mirror modifier, that totally like, I always forget that part. Anyway, so here we have the vertex groups of the bones, like cropped it in. And I'm here under data, shape keys and plus. Let's create a base. This is my base for my face. And the second one, let's make blink. Mouth open. And expressions, happy. Sad. Angry. Annoyed. And we can add like later on more stuff. But I think that's pretty good. So I have here value and minimum maximum range. You can like define how far you want to go with your expressions. And this value will like toggle it based on the base. So the base is the 0 value. And let's head into blink. Blink is super minimalistic and simple for my situation because I have this plane for the eyes. So I will just like scale the eyes down. So super important is like to symmetrize for the blinking. Or if you want to blink left and blink right, you can do that too, but I want to keep it simple. Also, option would be to have for all these expressions like individual textures, like for example the Mega Man Legends 1 and 2 and stuff. But I want to go with a shape key thing. Yeah. So let's take the eyes. And like I said, it's just a plane. And I scale S and on the Z axis. This is my blinking. And maybe I have to get that in. So I just like a slit. And let's hit tab to jump back into the object mode. And here's the base, and here's blink. And I have here, down here, the value. Yeah, and this is just basically scaling the plane, and that's it. And that's already like doing so much for the character. Just this blinking. I mean, it's... Yeah, the texture thing is also its own thing. I would imagine the fingers would be awful to rig. Yeah, they are awful to rig. Especially with like the... Like just like how I showed you. With this limited geometry, rigging that and coming out with something like usable, that took quite a bit. But I mean, it's definitely a bit... I think it was easier than doing a high poly model. Especially after the first time. I mean, the second time I'm smarter and it will be easier. But yes, it was a pain. Okay, so we have the blinking. Blink, blink, blink. Let's mouth open. Select it. Tab to switch into the edit mode. Let's go to the side. And the jaw here is just like a plane. And I want to select everything except the top part. And let open it up just a bit. Like that. We don't need it like that way. That's a bit too cartoonish. And also I don't want the whole jaw to drop down. Just like this bit and a bit like back. For now. That's nice. Looks great. Thank you, yeah. Blink and yeah. Now, for example, we can combine those shape keys. Giga expression. Let's do that. Kappa, that's a good idea. Let's create the most like beautiful jawline ever. Bring it forward and like, how about we scale it up? Like that. And I think I need to make his face smaller. To be careful not to pick something else up. Okay. No, so he's now look maxing hard. And maybe he needs to raise his eyebrows a bit more. And also with this limited like geometry, it's super like funny to do something like that. Okay. So that's right. Oh, nice. Yeah. Like, gaming enthusiast versus your average retro gaming fanboy. It's so fucking cursed. He looks like Tim Curry from The Legend with Tom Cruise. Like this kind of Satan. Oh, nice. Oh, I love that movie. That's peak high fantasy shit. That movie. Love it. Yeah. Pinnacle of chatness. True. Okay, let's continue. Happy is easy. You can also change here to edit mode. And you need to be, after you started getting into shape keys, be careful that when you are like switching stuff around on the base, really like select the base. Sometimes I edit something here on the expression and it's not visible in the base and I'm searching for the issue and stuff like that. Anyway, so happy. So for happy, we need to raise the part next to the nose. Maybe also here. Flatten this up. Raising the eyebrows. And maybe let's those wrinkles. Let's just selected one. And maybe like okay. Yeah, it's not picking up here the vertice because I did here, I made an edge split. So I get those sharp like chin bones. But I mean, yeah. You can edit existing shape keys, of course. I can just like jump back and change something. So currently the happy face is super like a bit disgusted that we need to go back to that. But for example, here the Giga face, I can just like hit tab or like up here, go into edit mode while having here selected the emotion. Let's, I don't know, let's bring his, let's make him more beautiful. More chin. No. But I mean, the thing is, after you edit something and you don't like it, it's like only Control Z from there. But so if I now want to change something back, I really have to go in and like model it back to its original. So that's a bit like complicated. So you need to be aware of that. Happy. Okay, I'm not happy with happy. Let's change it a bit more. It should be more smiling and less. Maybe also. And maybe, wait. It's because it's a separated mesh, like the eye plane and the head. I can select the vertice and hit L, and I can just select the separated mesh. Let's do something with the eyes so they look more joyful. And we can, for example, I don't know, how about... Oh, we can make them bigger. We can make them so he looks more happy, excited. Yeah, I mean, we can use that for happy or not. No, I don't know. I have to go back to that. I don't like it. I'm so happy I get to see the master heart at work. Thank you. Okay, happy. I'm not happy with that, but sad. I can do sadness. I can do sadness. Let's take those. Wait, let's go get rid of the X-ray because I don't want to mess up like geometry on the back and like just sad. Maybe let's put it down and let's grab those vertices again. Just a lower jaw. I think just a lower. Okay, that's pretty like perfect. That's. Wait, I think there was an issue. Wait, something looks weird. I just want the lower jaw to move. Like that. Okay, perfect. Sad. Neutral. Tricycle 3D, hello. Hey, what's up? Angry? Let's do the angry face. Angry is a bit difficult, in my opinion. Let's put down, because it looks too comedical, put down the brows. Like, I pull up my nose when I'm like a wolf, like an alpha wolf, when I'm angry. So like this. And now let's. And I think. Yeah, put this down. Of course, with a regular face, it's easier. And I mean to figure out the expressions. But I mean, yeah, this should be fine. Yeah, and I mean, what we can see right now is when you're angry, you would also like lower your chin, bring your chin a bit more like to your chest, like this. And then you have to imagine something like that. Oh, and here actually we have to change the pupils. S, and we will wait on the x-axis here, not the y. It's Z, X. We will make them a bit more elongated, just a bit. Will look more like evil. And okay, no, it's good for now. And annoyed. Okay, annoyed. Annoyed is easy. It's just like straight brow. Everything else is normal and straight brow. This is more like this is. Are you serious? Are you serious, my dude? And oh, shock. Shock is also an easy expression. Let's pull it up. So shock is just like making the eyes bigger and nothing else, just like that. Like raising the brows, oh my god. And oh, and the pupils, we can like make them smaller. So shock. Shock. Okay. Annoyed. What the fuck? Are you serious? Angry. What? Sad. Sad. Okay. Love it. And happy. Happy is, I don't know. I don't know how happiness looks like. How should I know that? No. Anybody here played the new Slave X Zero game? Oh, dude, Slave Zero? Is that that Mac game thing? Oh yeah, yeah. You posted. Yeah, I know the old version. Slave Zero. Yeah, hell yeah. Dude, those games. I never owned it, but I played it at a friend's house. $6.99? Dude. The game is awesome. But for back then, it was super complicated. I mean, for a child to figure it out. But yeah, it was edgy as heck. Zero X. I really like the original. It's 2D? Damn. Yeah, the art. Yeah, Kabayashi is currently working on the character model. And it looks like red as hell. Augustine, hello, I wanted to tell you that your videos helped me do more things in 3D in the PS1 style is probably my style. Thanks for your tutorials. Greetings from Argentina. I really love to hear that, man. Glad I could help with something. And yeah, I really like on the like low poly 3D PS1 style. The thing is, I really like have to defend myself every time I use the term PS1 style, because a lot of people get offended. Like, that's not really PS1, blah, 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 and stuff. But it's like the keyword, it's the phrase for like retro minimalistic, limited, low poly models and graphics. But I mean, PS1 style, like, pretty much narrows it down. I would prefer retro 3D, but nobody's using that. But yeah, so limitations and minimalistic approaches like keep you sane, you get to fast results and stuff. And yeah. So let's just like check all the expressions again. So we have blinking. Mouth open, la, 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 la. We can bound the mouth open shape key to like when I record a video or a script for a video, I can upload my sound file, my wave file, and like bound it to this shape key. And based on the sound wave, he will move his mouth. I made a tutorial about that 4,000 years ago. But I mean, that's super easy for me. So I don't have to do any VTuber motion capture shit. And because also all that VTuber software is not like very retro friendly. And here I can just like limit my polygons, I mean my rendering pipeline, and end up with pretty nice pixelated shit. And I can determine how much pixelation I want. Okay, again, happy. Okay, happy. I don't like happy, but I think it just looks on him a bit weird. Angry. It looks a bit not angry is enough, in my opinion. Let's just... I guess because the eyes are too... Okay, yeah, a bit smaller eyes make him more menacing. Okay, nice. Noise. Annoyed again. Perfect. Shock. And Giga. So terrible. Okay, let's get rid of the side window. Just grab it in the corner. And drag it to the left. Perfect. Let's pop in the rest of the body into existence. And let's save this motherfucker for export. Let's save all of this. And again, for the people that just popped in, I really love my simplistic rig. It's not fancy or something like that. And later on I will just add like, I don't know, 5 IK points, and that's it. I don't want to overcomplicate stuff anymore, to be honest. So select. And this is like, I had a lot of issues with shape keys in the past, and I couldn't find like any answers to it, why they don't like export into different with FBX. And it was because when you export something, it's by default toggled apply modifiers, and the mirror modifier will like kill your shape keys. So apply the mirror modifier and after that create your shape keys. Super important. Don't do my mistakes. Okay, file, export, FBX. And yeah, Blue Lich, path mode, copy. I want to copy my I don't know, it's for the textures. Geometry, face. Okay, exactly. And here apply modifiers, it's by default toggled, but you need to untoggle it. And big animation. We don't have any animations, but yeah. And fuck the leaf bones. Nobody needs those. Export. So let's try it in a second in an empty file. Oh, new comments. That looks pretty cool. Thank you, dears. Spitfire, my experience with low poly was PC gaming in the early 2000s. Yes, same. I think personally, my biggest the thing was for me, I never had a PC. I mean, we had a PlayStation, but I wasn't allowed to play it. So I played when everyone left for work, because my dad had the PlayStation and I played in secret, and so it was something very special for me. And we also we didn't have a PC for gaming, but I installed Morrowind anyway later on. And also Morrowind is the peak low poly blurry texture photo bashing stuff, basically exactly what Max Payne and Morrowind did back then is my influence for my style. Yeah, it was magical back then. Or I would take my bike, would drive for half an hour to a friend. And I would just watch him play his games. Longstrider. What do you think about stylized PS1 models? For example, Final Fantasy 7. You don't see many people doing that style. I like the realistic style as well as the, yeah. So I think the thing is the Final Fantasy style is very like minimalistic, very minimalistic, and I think you get to this style very fast. You get very fast results, but I think it's more popular in the like kawaii low poly sphere, so it's more like used for cutesy characters because it's more like chibi, you know? You can't make a lot of like serious edgy characters with it like Final Fantasy did. So the style of Final Fantasy VII, this retro style, it's in use, it gets made, but more like by a different subculture genre. Like, wait, let me just, maybe I follow someone like that. I can show you what I mean. She, for example. By the way, I follow a shit ton of like Japanese low poly artists, because for some reason I don't know if she's Japanese, but low poly and retro style modeling is so popular in Japan, and it's a gateway to like into the 3D indie scene in Japan. So like all of what we do is in Japan its own like thing and super huge. I think she used to go in the direction of back when she started. No, it was someone else. Okay, I can't remember. I have so many. I totally like, it's super easy for me to lose like the my sight. But yeah, I think it's more like because it's so chibi and stuff, it's more like popular with more cutesy characters and not edgy ones. But I would love like to do more iterations and versions of my character in different styles. But I want to keep my current version as the default, like. But I would love to like make my character in, I don't know, 5 styles or something like that. So let's import this motherfucker. I have here clean scene, import, and FBX. And new lich, blue lich. And I keep everything as default. Import. Okay, the scaling is a bit off from the bones, but I mean, you can fix it whenever you like. And the most important thing, let's check if there are the shape keys. Data, and yeah, hell yeah, we have our shape keys. Let's test them. Perfect. Nice. Got it. Just like the emissive texture needs some fixing, like for the eye, but I don't care. Wait, okay. But let's head into Unreal. I want to test the shape keys there too. So Spitfire people point to the PS1 Spider-Man as an example, but I played the demo of the PC version and it didn't have any jiggle, but it was the same game. Yeah, the jiggle thing is only like a side effect from the PS1, and on the PC it wasn't like, it was not there. Yeah, but I think it's super complicated to replicate. I tried it and I bought a plugin, but I really don't know, it's a bit too much work to set it up, to be honest, for every like material and character. And I really like also the clean appeal of just like anti-aliasing and stuff like that. So the jiggle, it's cool, but I mean, it's not necessary in my opinion. Yeah, 256 face is good source for strict low poly models. Yes. The thing is, I think I reached the point I think I'm basically able to create with every low poly budget a character or recreate a design. The thing is just like, for my current model, I really like to have more like hands and stuff and other benefits. But I mean, if I have to, I could like totally rock very low poly models. Yeah. Longstrider, Yume Sona, that looks so cool though. It's like a simple style, but very clean. Yeah. Clean and clear, totally. Also what I said in the last video about like Razak and Bravo. She and he are so clean with their like colors and also the noise is clean. So yeah. I really like currently hyping up the cleanliness of low poly. So DS, I think the old retro graphics looks so far more as artistic than modern day realistic looking stuff. So much more character. Yeah, there's so much more character in like the retro look. Yeah, and I think currently we are in a interesting time because like indies dominate the gaming sphere, and in my opinion also like the movies. But in the movie industry you get like very fast sucked up by someone, a bigger studio, because you can't survive on your own in the movie industry. But as an indie game developer, you actually can survive with your retro stuff. So it's fast, it's easy, it got some like aesthetic appeal to it, and you can still like get the same reactions, like for example in horror or stuff like that. Yeah, I have Marquis one, the plugin. I have his plugin, and like setting up the lights is a bit annoying. I mean, I get it. You get like really realistic retro results, but for my opinion, it was a bit more work than I would like love to. And I really like lighting my scene, and yeah, so it depends on the project, I guess. Rolosaurus, low poly PS1 style Helldiver. Oh, nice! I played the shit out of the first game on my PS Vita and on the PS4, and I was so surprised by the second part. I haven't bought it yet because I'm always like a bit scared of multiplayer games because I have no one to play with, because all my friends are adult people, I guess. And yeah, but hey, by the way, I'm still like on your character model. It's like, thank you so much for dressing up as model. It's super helpful. I wanted to get my character out of the way to figure out the geometry and stuff. and especially the crotch area. As you can see, my like the front man parts and the nice blocky ass. That's more work than you like would expect. Like keeping it simple, but also like having the shape and the range to move and stuff. Anyway, I wanted to create my character first. Next up, I'm attacking all of the, like you, for example, and I want to, but I think I will create those characters maybe in private because I just like want to study more people. Because back then when I started out, I got a lot of like nice feedback from, I don't know, where is it? Damn. My nose is so blocked up right now. Wait, the desktop? I think I saved it on desktop. Desktop? Where is it? Yeah. So, I asked a few people on Twitter for like pictures of them, like totally not creepy at all, because I want to get better with photo bashing and creating like people based on pictures. I think that's like, I mean, I noticed that I'm actually pretty strong in that direction, like with creating persons and people. So I want to double down on it and like get better. But before that, I had to figure out like a genuine like base model and base geometry, which can be recreated with every like body shape from different perspectives. So I had to make my character first, because always when I like create a new avatar, it's like the baseline, the base character for all of my follow-up characters. And I would like, for example, her, and yeah, and I think she was one of the earliest characters I made. Yeah, and I want to create more like persons and people. Oh, this was a cool project. Yeah, so I want to double down on what I'm actually good at. And yeah. Anyway, let's import the lich here into my, wait. Okay. Yeah, make a new skeleton and import morph targets. Shape keys have the name morph targets in Unreal. Import all. Give it a quick load and a few error messages, because why not? Oh, thank you, yeah. I will take my time. I will take my time. It's really like I need your like pretty high fashion photos for doing my research, air quotes research. No, just kidding. I really want to get better with all the humans, and yeah, I tried like all the texturing techniques, and I always circle back to photo bashing. So, and I guess nobody else really does photo bashing, so I need to get better. But yo, Helldivers PS1 remake, that would be so awesome. Dolphin, hey, what's up? Did you make the buildings on Blender as well? Yes. So here in this scene, so I started out with Betty Bunny. I wanted to create like a short horror game, but I got way too, you know, into creating nitty gritty features and shit, and developing something solo is annoying as hell. just the like water system. I mean, you see it here. It's totally low poly. Wait, let me pull up the wireframe. Yeah, it's low poly. And so it's basically a low poly ocean, and you can determine and like the waves and stuff. And also like here this colorization of the ripples. That took me, I think, 2 months to create this retro low poly ocean. And the dialogue system and like grabbing and taking items. So of course, and with that point I reached a point with the project I already like was so much in depth and couldn't pay the rent anymore, and also like a huge commission dropped out. And yeah, then I dropped the whole project, of course, because I can't finish anything in my fucking life, I guess. And yeah, so much to the project, but I would love to like do something with all the systems I came up with. And yeah, and here, as you can see, it's very like basic. It's just like basic geometry. And then we have separated like just this plain area, like the wall. And I created individual like pieces for the city. I tried to like create the whole city and export it, but you get a lot of like shading issues that way. So you need to export those pieces in smaller like chunks. Ma Outlaw, hi, what's up? You love my dolphin impression. Oh, buckle up. I'm all about impressions, man. So okay, let me just show you like the basics. Yeah, so that's the city. I was like doing a lot of research and taking pictures in my own like area of like ugly buildings, and I used them as to create this ominous but like vibe with all the repeating like textures and stuff. Also like everything you see here is like a picture I took somewhere. Also the metal parts, that's from a metal bin outside of my apartment. And yeah. Also I think you can, do I have I have a flashlight, okay. And that's also like some wooden bullshit on the floor. Resec, the landscape is impressive. Yeah, it feels like a cursed island. So basically the thing is, just for this game I wrote like 5 scripts for individual like micro horror stories that are all interconnected. And my goal was to like create all those horror games and get better and better with each game. And I still really like the stories I made, but I would like build upon each game and stuff. But yeah, I don't have enough time, I guess. And I mean, I built a lot of base systems I can reuse, like the ocean and stuff and the dialogue system. But yeah, it's like in my current situation with work and stuff and the YouTube channel, I just do way too many things at once, and that's like killing all my projects. It would like be necessary to just have one project and that's it. And yeah, basically the game would start in the city. You moved here with your mom and your little sister, and she's like grabbing the key of the apartment here in this office, and after that you head to the apartment. Your sister is playing on the beach, and you also have here a toy shop, and like billboards would be also all over the place of a Barbie kind of doll, Betty Bunny. And the thing is, your sister lost her backpack. She's playing in the sand. and you have to walk around and like find her backpack. This is her backpack, and you can like inspect it and zoom out of it and stuff. And yeah, and you can drop the item. And when you have the item and you go to her and you found it, thank you so much. Yeah. What's in your backpack? Blah, blah, blah. Yeah, and she will refer to this seashell. And the thing is, the basic premise was like there's something behind this ominous seashell she found on the beach, and it will be connected to the Barbie doll. And like my basic intentions would be like doing some cryptoid stuff with like Bigfoot, but all the supernatural stuff is connected to some like science bullshit. And also like you see here in the first chapter, the first level, the oil island thing. And that's where the second part would take place. And it's like a recurring theme that there like is a private company that's buying up like old oil rigs and doing dumb shit with the ocean and experiments and the seashell and stuff like that. Anyway, kind of sad. I found an urban exploring website of places around my city, and it's really cool for reference. Yes. So if you're a 3D artist, I recommend you guys to like take your own pictures, get a bit into like basic photography, and check out like abundant bullshit in your area. It's really super important. Yeah, but I mean, you don't have to give up, like, tell the website. There are a lot of like websites and communities for individual places all around the globe. So I won't like fix the things right now, the material slots, but I just want to check out my, yeah, here, morph targets. Oh, nice. Okay. Yeah, you can also go into minus. Perfect. Perfect. So it really exported into Unreal, yeah. But I have here some shading issues and shit. Yeah. And also it's way too glossy by default. But yeah, it works. Nice. Give it a save and fuck that shit. Yeah, so for example, back in my hometown, I also like used a website for tracking down legal areas for like tagging stuff. So graffiti. There are like websites for where can I paint on public walls, and also like websites for urban explorer stuff. But I think the coolest stuff is more like in the forums and more like the illegal side of things. Okay, so my morph targets exported very, very well. And that stuff is saving. So I'm happy with my results. And after that, I need to create the IK bones and create some animations, because my goal is to like put more hours into individual videos and make like animate my character in scenes and stuff like that. Not that I don't want to do that VTuber stuff anymore, like the live action motion capture. I think it's nice and it's simple once set up, but you really lose a lot of character and style. And I mean, I really want to get more into animation, but I want to like start out getting into it. So I want to make for the upcoming videos, I would love to like animate him, but on a simplistic like level and stuff. Looking good. Man, thank you, John. Thank you. So is there something else? Yeah. I don't know if you can hear it, but there's a playlist in the background. If you're interested, it's copyright-free beats. 24 hours low feature. And what else? Yeah, okay, yeah. I have a question for you guys. What? I mean, are there any like things I can go towards, like directions with the channels? Would it be interesting to like create a game with community input, like drawings, artworks, and also using that as an opportunity to create like I don't know, tutorials out of it or something like that, or more like animation? I don't know. Is there something specific? What I hear all the time is like the anime stuff was very like well perceived. Texture painting and environments. So like how to create levels and stuff. Is there something specific? You can just like let me know. Personally, I'm struggling with hand. Wait. Hard with UV mapping. Okay. Yeah, I know what you mean. I mean, it also took me a bit to like get into UV mapping and texture painting. But let me just show you. I mean, I ended up with something pretty like clean for the most part, even though the hands look like cursed AF. But I mean, it's way cleaner than like back then. But I mean, with the blurred, like the unfiltered textures, you also get rid of pixel stretching. If you're aiming like for a style like Razak with the pixel perfect style, you need to be way more like on the point with your UVs. So it depends on the outcome. Are you trying to get in a more like tacky photo bashing direction like I do, or more like pixel perfect stuff? That's a huge factor. Yeah, Razak is on it. He creates the most like perfect tutorial out there, with like all the nitty bitty details about his style, and he's on it. But you have to respect, Razak is like, he's working a normal job, so and he's working on a game project, so yeah. If it's low poly, just project from view. Yeah, totally. I mean, project from view is just like slapping that bitch on there and you're done. Why not? The look overall is great, actually. Yes. IDK shape keys with clothing for inventory systems. Like a pocket expanding to go along the items. Oh, okay, that's actually that's actually a cool idea. Yeah. That's kind of cool, yeah, with the shape keys. You could like, or like eating and the belly is like expanding and shit like that. I think GTA 3 did that. You could like get fat or very jacked based on how much you eat. Honestly, I'm just trying to get to fit appropriately. However, some tutorials are either out of date with other factors, so it's just a big challenge at the moment. Yeah. So, Longstrider, listen up. So I'm with this character. I figured out like what direction I want to go with my upcoming characters. And also like environments, it's still on the list. I have to do a proper environment tutorial. And I want to do a reboot, a remake of my character model tutorial, just a more updated, streamlined version. That's more like, yeah, up to date, 2024. Up to date. And I mean, I can add and go into the nitty gritty with the UV stuff, because I don't need to like look out for the algorithm anymore or something like that, because I don't care. I just want to put out my videos and call it a day and help people, of course. Hideous Kojimbo. What the fuck? I wonder if one day people are gonna start making two PS2 graphic styles modern games. I guess not, because like PS2 was too, it's already like here. The PS1 was a style because it had like certain limitations. But like the PS2 was pretty much already limitless with all the like capabilities. So I guess not. GTA San Andreas had the weight muscle gain mechanic. Yeah, exactly. And I think that one was shape key based. I'm pretty sure. I don't even have anything wild in my mind. I'm fine with just empty and full states of not be super complicated with that pocket system. Yeah, I know what you mean. I mean, overall, I really like creating like so small systems like that. But the thing is, my Unreal stuff really didn't like, it wasn't like very well perceived. I got a lot of like terrible comments and stuff. For the Unreal stuff. But I would really love to like make like just small systems, inventory systems as tutorials. And but yeah, I think for my channel it would like work way better if I make giant tutorials that include every fucking thing. So like one tutorial for just creating a whole like game. And yeah, so but I mean like creating a small game would be a nice like teachable project. I mean a project to figure shit out and explain stuff. blah 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 blah. People will complain no matter what you do. Yeah, dude. I dropped tutorials. I stopped doing certain things because sometimes I receive emails that correct me. A lot of like, especially when I started to use the keyword like PS1 style and stuff, I got a lot of those, well, actually neckbeards. Well, actually, blah, 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 blah. This is the PS1 style. And I was like, just don't watch my fucking videos. And they would like correct me and shit. It's totally like... And you know, in that moment, you like struggle with financially and I don't know, and doing your own thing and stuff like that. And then you get like dumb comments like that. It's like super annoying. Yeah, nice. Works great. Make him fart. No, only IRL. Unhinged. The problem is that making a small game is actually a big project. Yes, I know. It's terrible. I'm so struggling. I like the balance of like shit I want to try, shit I want to make is totally out of proportion. So it's terrible. I don't have enough time for anything, and especially like not the budget or something like that. So it's really, the thing is, I used to try stuff which I was like into, and it didn't do like well, or it got like, I get comments like make a second channel for shit like that. Like with my ARG stuff I tried. And I really put a lot of work into that stuff. But it really like, yeah. That's why I created the second channel. So this is the current channel, but Stark Luke. What the fuck? Why is he the main guy? What the fuck? Yeah, so that's the second channel. Storytelling, science fantasy, and digital art. I have no clue if that's like staying like that. Community. So I want to like post more like chilly stuff, like in that direction. It's more like, you know, I don't want to explain stuff. I just want to create stuff sometimes, and I don't want to like film the whole process. I just want to like show the results and maybe like do storytelling and like figuring out monsters and shit. And I think Monster Garden did something in a direction I want to go with. Like he's just coming up with concepts for like monsters and spell casting systems and stuff like that. So it's very low effort, and it really feels like he has fun with what he's doing. And I want something like that, because the thing is, my current channel is bound to certain keywords. And I don't get out of that like niche. So if I do, for example, ARG or like vlogs or something like that, it will perform very poorly and bad, because this channel is so like long established with certain keywords that you can do something else except this. And that's why I had to make the second channel. And like I said, I already like recorded 3 videos, but like all my friends told me I should like not upload it because they think that I'm ugly, I guess. Also Resek, and I really struggle hard with like pronouncing that name, Raulosaurus. I hope Raul, like in German I would like say different than in English and or in Spanish, and yeah. Thank you both. Also Sakura, thank you big time. I thank you, man. Longstrider, thank you for like being that active in the comments. Make Shuli, yeah, oh god, I hate those fucking, like, they're going out of their way just to correct me, such bitches. But like on a like negative tone, you know. Yeah, PS1 is a usable umbrella term. Yeah, it's just like easier to use it as a term than retro, low poly, low effort 3D or something like that. Yeah, it's bound to the hardware. I put so much work into like with other people to figure out like to create a game engine for PS1 style games or hardware or stuff like that. And because my brother's an engineer and I like ask him a lot of stuff and we talked about it, and basically it would be way more, it would like be reinventing a worse and more expensive Steam Deck. So it doesn't make any sense to come up with something or like to reinvent something like Godot. Yeah. Ray, farting is reserved for StarCraft's OnlyFans. Yeah, we're still thinking about the OnlyFans because I really need the money. You know? Yeah, Monster Gun. He's a huge inspiration, and I would love to do something like that because I really would like just love to straight up 3D sculpt like monsters and come up with concepts for those monsters, especially because I wrote like for the Betty Bunny short horror stuff. I wrote so many stories and concepts and have no visuals for it. And I think I have to start at some point figuring out the concepts, and I think I could use like the second channel for coming up with concepts, and I don't know, and circle back to the main channel and like making low poly 3D models for those monsters and stuff. So just it would be like straight up 3D sculpting in Blender, or like IRL with like, you know, sculpting clay or something like that, because I'm very used to like create or kit bash like models from when I used to do cosplay and miniature stuff. But yeah, the algorithm locks you in. If I want to lose money, I basically do different stuff and try new things. If I would do that, I would like lose money, and it's already not a lot. It's between 30 euro to 50 euro, 60 euro a month or something like that. So just the channel, and I would lose basically everything if I try something new or different outside of my niche, and that's hurtful. Rulosaurus. Okay, nice. I would love to see something like this. Really like your Monster Bash video. Yeah, exactly. And I want to do stuff like that again. I want to be just straight up creative. I don't want to like explain everything and the nitty gritty stuff. I just want to create shit. And the thing is, uploading like time-lapse videos and stuff. And I mean, it's not very like entertaining. If I have to, the results will suffer under the like recording process, I think. So I just want to straight up create monsters, items, cursed swords, and I don't know, cursed, I don't know, gamer bath water, I don't know. So something like world building, just world building. The algorithm really looks you in. Yeah, I wrote it. Ray, oh yeah, stylish. Heavy influences of Mike Magnolia on its second channel. Yeah, exactly. I'm a huge like Hellboy fan, and I want to like give it my own twist. I also saw a lot of influences in like Kappa's stuff. I really loved it, like hard shadows and edgy like outlines and stuff. Rule. Yeah. Oh god, I'm so bad at like speaking and shit. Longstrider, me and my friends are making a game right now by just throwing ourselves at it. Yeah, please just do it. Life is way too short to like not try something. But if it's hurting you, maybe don't do it. Hideous, need money, start Not Safe for Work 3D. I hear furries have a lot of money. Yeah, so the thing is, I really thought about it. Like doing Not Safe for Work, like tutorials and stuff. Like how to make, you know, 3D animation, like Not Safe for Work stuff. Or then, I don't know, how to like just 3D sculpt like anatomical correct like body parts or stuff like that, and just upload those tutorials to like, I don't know, Pornhub or something. They have actually just FF like tutorials like that. It's so funny. A friend told me about it. Yeah, world building. World building. I really love to like, because I'm super into Dungeons and Dragons and stuff and pen and papers, and I was always the DM, never the player. And I really love to come up with like situations, monsters, riddles, and like interactive like world building and stuff. And I can't like play Dungeons and Dragons anymore because all of my like friends, I guess I don't have friends. I have like the friends of my girlfriend, and those are my friends, but I mean honestly they don't really care about me, so I really don't have anyone to play Dungeons and Dragons anymore, or stuff like that. And I really miss like the world building and writing stuff and figuring shit out. Rulosaurus. I think I slowly get used to it. I bought Monster Garden. He has a really cool monster and world building. He has really cool monsters and world building. Yeah, but you should check out GameD Builds on YouTube. For everything he makes, he writes a short story. Oh, okay, wait. Wait, Gamey, wait. GameD Builds. Oh, yeah, I know him. I mean, not personally, I know his videos. Yeah. Yeah, true, exactly. Like, something in that direction would be awesome. Yeah, no, I know exactly what you mean. 30 seconds, the mini short films, every world building. Yeah, no. I don't know if you are doing some SEO thing, but you get more clicks. No. I just like didn't give a fuck and wrote it like wrong. Wait. How did I Studio. How did I write it out? Better than me. No, I really just like didn't put in the brain juice, to be honest. Some YouTuber named Anime Nyan does that. Yeah, exactly. So yeah, oh, man, there's a lot of like, it's a very like heated topic, but I think there's a lot of money because it's like one of those taboo stuff thingies. So you're not allowed to talk about that and stuff like that. And so yeah, I get the appeal behind it because there's a huge like industry behind it. Wait, let me pull something up that's not that like boring as a background. I don't know.
It will emerge in about 5 months. These egg cases are mostly laid by bottom-living sharks. The Australian wobbegong.
Yeah. Wait, so the background is not that boring. So yeah. Spitfire, I don't really know if selling yourself would be... No. Yeah, so yeah, basically all that, like money wise, I'm like currently just doing all that stuff for like to get. I think all the 3D stuff and all the creative stuff I do is like more not about the money, it's more about like staying sane, because I tried like working. I'm so yeah. Oh bro, is there any way to import multiple textures onto one mesh? Import multiple textures onto one mesh. I mean, you need to create for each material. I don't know exactly. Could you maybe rephrase the question? What exactly is your situation? Bicycle 3D, I got pretty cool group of friends. Good for you. But having no one to talk to about very specific niche area is, yeah, can be strong, yeah. Yeah, I get very often like told off from my girlfriend. She's like intervening, is like, stop talking about that stuff. And I'm like, yeah, okay, I stop talking. And then I start talking to my cats. And yeah, I'm turning crazy because really no one cares about that kind of stuff in my area. Anyway, I guess that's the average like experience if you're into 3D. Oh god. Making a texture atlas for that multiple texture. Yeah. True. Texture atlas. Wait, I can show you an example. Let me save that. And wait, where are my projects? PC. Project programs Blender. Projects open. Shell. Close. Oh god, I will never find anything in this fucking... Oh god. Okay, I have an example. I guess. So, okay. Texture Atlas. Sorry, I'm new to this, but if I took a cube, wanted to make one face, one picture of a cat and then okay, yeah. So, okay, there are multiple ways of doing exactly that. So, for example, we have here like this one cube. We could like have one material, call it material 1, create a second material, which is just like I don't know, a copy of the material. Material 2. And let's change this to, okay. So you could like image, open, closed. Here, for example. Okay, I guess this is a good example. With here some roots. And for this one, base color, image texture, open. And we have here some, I don't know, some stones and shit. So now we have two materials. And I have here the cube. I jump to UV editing. This is the current layout of my UVs. I won't like go big into this. I change into face selection. And let's say I'd select this face, this one face. And now I can like use one material, like say material 1 and say assign. Okay, currently I'm not seeing anything because I'm here in the viewport shading mode, display in solid. And the next one is material preview. Okay, so currently it's all like assigned to this one. So if I don't know, let's take the top part. Material 2, assigned. We changed this one to the other material. Let's select another one and material 2 assign. And this is basically with the materials. I mean, a different issue is currently that we should like increase the roughness and decrease the specular and stuff like that. And for the other one too. Okay, so basically that's one approach. Select whatever you want. I mean, we could also like project from view. So click UV, project from view. Now we have here the UVs layout like we projected them. But as you can see, we applied to different materials. But now we have also like another option, and that would be trim. Let's just call it like that. Bring back the... So a trim sheet is, for example, this one. Let me pull it up. So I added here, for example, multiple things onto one texture, multiple images into one like trim sheet, and I can pick out of those like whatever I need. This would save like images. I mean, I would not like use it for seamless textures, like for ground textures, but for items or environments, I would use a trim sheet. Or what's the other word? I don't know. There's a different word too for that kind of stuff. But for example, I can just like let's put it all back. So I hit, wait, let me show you what I'm pressing actually. Oh, it's showing up. Okay. So if I hit A, select everything, UV and reset, it will like project onto the whole texture like this. But those parts are still like assigned to the different material. As you can see, so you can like decide, do you want to use a material with seamless textures? And the benefits are, for example, I don't know, let's just and you can, for example, scale it up and I don't know, let's rotate it a bit, get some variation in there, and let's separate it because I'm so dumb and made a different thing. Okay, let's hide it, hide the cube. So that's a seamless texture. You can't use a trim sheet for a seamless texture because part of the seamless texture, part of the seamless texture is that you are like scaling the texture. You know what I mean? So the base of this plane would be this, and if I scale it up, it's repeating. So that always needs to be its own material. But for the cube or more complex, like items and characters, you can, especially environments or multiple items, you can go for a trim sheet approach. And that means, for example, select this face and let's just hit, I don't know, S and scale it down. And I, for example, only want this one node. So I can just pick out the part I really like need. And I don't know, it's, for example, we can do something like this. Let's take those two, UV, project from view, I don't know, maybe. And let's, we need to assign it to the trim. Assign. Let's scale it up. I mean, it's super like shitty work. What I just, so let's like flip that one. Let's just snap it. Something like that. And I mean, now we can, for example, I don't know, build out the face even more and stuff like that. So as you can see, I use different parts of the trim sheet. So yeah. Anyway, I hope this was somehow helpful. But yeah, so I have one texture image, but I have multiple uses for it. For example, I made one scene just with this image and I think with the cobblestone thing. Hola, Savannah. Hey, what's up? Okay, let me catch up with the chat. Oh, it's so simple. Okay, yeah. So I mean, however you like. This is more a data. Like it's easier to preserve this kind of, like you just have one image texture or you just take multiple materials. I hope it helps. Yeah. Okay. Seamless texture. Perfect. How do you go about creating a level or an environment for games? Yeah, like basically with the trim sheets. And let me just... Oh god. For example. I mean, this is now, I think, a very, like, it's a terrible... But, I mean, you can work modular and make like a kit to build stuff. Or, for example, I could, like, use this whole thing and export it and create my my scene. The thing is, when you export, like, the whole, like, environment, you will get some issues with the shading and stuff. And when you work with and create a kit with individual pieces, you can get some, like, shading issues in between the individual parts. So it's like a back and forth between, like, building a whole scene in Blender, but you have to export, like, I would recommend individual parts or like big chunks, like, for example, just like this cube could be one chunk, but I would like, this would be just a ground, and I would export like just the trees and stuff like that. And yeah, wait, I can show you the outcome of the render. Yeah, it was this one. But basically it was this image. I was just like trying to capture this kind of vibe. It was just a test. Oh god, let me catch up with the... I need a second person that would like help me with reading the chat on the site. Yeah, creating level starts called blockout. Yeah, exactly, the blockout. But the thing is, I think some of the blockout stuff can be like just thrown on textures. But usually you would like replace the individual blockout areas with the actual like model. And certain parts, like, I don't know, certain stones or like pillars or stuff like that, especially with low poly, you could just like throw on a seamless texture and call it a day. Depends on like the quality you're aiming for. Also for blockout levels, a lot of people like to create blockout kits. So they are like creating basic individual like parts to block out the level, and later on they add, I don't know, primitive geometry and replace it on and on, just to like, I guess the intention of the blockout is like to plan the scene and to like get a feel of the gameplay of the environment. But yeah, it's its own like art in itself. Keep doing these lives, man. It really helps a lot. Really? Oh, yeah. I mean, glad it's helpful. Do not seek, find. Inspiring quote from the Bible. It's from the Bible. I thought yeah. I think it's from the Bible. Yeah. I mean, I don't know where I had it, where I was getting it from, but I mean, I grew up Catholic, so I guess that shit is in my brain. Holy moly, that looks good. Yeah, it's right. What your work is really helpful. Oh, thank you. Yeah, it's cool to see. Agree. Do more. Okay, hell yeah. The spook zone, yeah. Yeah. But I don't know where the, like... Oh, I deleted a few things. Okay, anyway. Skeletons only. Yeah, thank you so much for the planes. Make the collision bed. And leak lights. Yeah. Yeah, totally. Planes for a level, especially if you have like two, like here. If you have a top and a floor below, you would need like a bit more geometry than a plane. Planes are very like, yeah, leaky. They leak light. They can create like issues. Closed shapes are a bit better for like lighting, physical based lighting. But yeah, I mean, it can also look cool if you have very fucked up lighting, if you're going for a very like techie style. I'm just saying nonsense that was not from the Bible, lol. Ah, okay. Really, so you don't know what's... You can't quote the Bible. Okay, that's super sad. I mean, it's the best book of all times, right? Okay, let me quit that one. Oh, the thing is still going. Okay. So I'm super hungry and I need to go to the toilet, so I will end this stream. Thank you guys so much for watching, and yeah, please, I mean, like, quote maybe under this video what you think about